Hey characters, welcome to Crank It Up. I'm Jim Price, and today I want to talk about the Kree. The Kree draw cards and play extra actions, much like the Wizards. But they also have power boosts, leading many to suggest that the Wizards are deprecated. I've been asked a lot to do a Call of the Week for Wizards and Kree, and this video is not that. If it were, the title would say, Call of the Week, Wizards vs. Kree, and you'd see a retro Street Fighter logo. But no, this video is strictly about Kree. The Kree don't necessarily bring anything new to the table, as they largely collect and repurpose existing cards. Kree Sentry is the closest to a new card. Who cares about the quantity of actions played? You get 2 power for 2 actions, but the ability is worded such that he can get the power well after the actions are played. This is very interesting, as Kree Sentry was not in play at the time of those actions, but this allows cards like Summon and Kree Sentry to actually work together. Isn't that fun? Ronin is your extra action play, usually a Kree finisher. But it doesn't have to be, because the Kree have a lot of flexibility in their actions, and a double action setup play is possible given the options. Minerva is freely playable, drawing 2 cards as one of the more powerful instant 4s in the game. Finally, the Supreme Intelligence is like Odysseus brought down to Earth. The ability is terminal in nature, but it is a bit frustrating that Supreme Intelligence cannot trigger on itself. It requires at least one other character present, and for a faction capable of building up a singularly powerful character, that's noticeable. As for the actions, many of them we have seen before, with slight changes to quantity. Battle Rage is your personal get down tonight. Call for Backup is Mystic Studies. It Begins is your personal on guard. Righteous Fury is Cyber Evolution. Speed Up is Time Loop. Prepare to Engage is a slightly weaker Monkey See Monkey Do. That leaves the Create Your Own Archmage Relentless Attack and Proven Methods. Relentless Attack stands out due to the lack of character modifier destruction in the set, making it difficult to counter and easy to camp on a low-powered character, given the rarity of character destruction as well. Proven Methods is a good action recursion card, trading quality of location for quantity of cards. For the purposes of Supreme Intelligence, it's worth estimating the upper boundary of actions played in a turn. There are many number of variables that can change this, but imagine starting with Speed Up to gain 2 actions. Proven Methods can put it back on top of the deck. It Begins is a cantrip that can draw Speed Up, which can be played again. As you can see, they have a fairly versatile action set, with nothing particularly noteworthy outside of Relentless Attack. This versatility gives them a fairly wide spectrum of pairings, especially for the same strategy factions like Musketeers, Cyborg Apes, Mythic Greeks, and the obvious candidates. But those have been played pretty much to death, so for this video, I'm going to focus mostly on the Kree Sentry, the only really newish card when considering pairings. Tons of factions can benefit from extra actions, but what can factions do with the few cards that are actually different? Kree Innsmouth can be really strong, and I'm not convinced that they need Dagon. Consider that Innsmouth loves extra actions because of the deep ones. The deep ones can be hard to use, but if it is the first of your 2 actions, it fits in well with the Kree Sentry, who can easily become a 5. You have strong card draw from both factions, and plenty of ways to reset your deck. Ronin into spreading the word to play 2 other Ronins can create some big combos with the Kree actions, facilitated by the card draw, and you can finish with Return to the Sea to get all Ronins back. Innsmouth likes having extra actions to make use of Mysteries of the Deep, even allowing you to get rid of the madness for extra card draw. The low power presence of Innsmouth allows you time and room for your big Kree plays, and the combination of Swarm Power and regular power mixes nicely. One of the advantages of the Kree Sentry wording is that it activates even on someone else's turn, as long as you play 2 actions. For the Kree, who have 2 actions that grant extra actions, any means of playing an action as a special should make this an easy reality. Effectively, Lightning Rescue can make any Kree Sentry trigger by itself by providing half of the quantity, but the Kree combos can start their own chain that greatly swings a base on someone else's turn. This strategy really benefits the Mega Troopers because it allows them to come from behind and use the lower power minions to force someone else to overspend. Time Loop-like cards have always been great for Lightning Rescue, and a flexible card just got a lot more opportunities. While this combo has a lot of terminal power actions, it does have the extra actions to play them, and Pink Trooper recurring Ronin is a great option. Whether you trigger the Sentry in Phase 2 or 3, you definitely have a lot of catch-up potential. You could argue that most of the time, the Kree Sentry can be simply played first and the action second, but sometimes that is impossible, and having the flexibility is great. The ancient Egyptians are one such faction. because of uncovering cards at the start of your turn. It is very difficult to manipulate the order of events. Burying is so appealing to the Kree because they have great card draw, but only so much room in your hand. Burying solves this by taking the card out of your hand now, but deferring the play until it matters. And with a lot of flexible standard actions, you really don't have to declare your target base often, whereas burying a card like Righteous Fury is more restrictive in where it can be played. The ancient Egyptians not only generate extra actions in Phase 1, but also in Phase 3. Even looking outside of the Century, Kree have great burying targets for instant effects, and recurring some key ancient Egyptian cards goes a long way towards their strategy. If the mummies avoid the discard pile, then any deck reset will be that much more stacked in terms of actions, which benefit the Kree. Circulating back to the Wizards debate, one combo that took long turns but did nothing has always been time-traveling Wizards, but time-traveling Kree can actually accomplish something special. This is largely due to Time Box, which is perfect for the Kree Sentry. Not only can Time Box play the Kree Sentry, but it also grants an extra action to ensure it triggers. But the Kree also have power-granting actions, which gives the extra actions of this combo something to enjoy. If the Supreme Intelligence is out, you can realistically play Speed Up to gain 2 actions, bank them, and play It's Astounding to play Speed Up again. Now you have 3. Proven methods can put them back on top of your deck, and you still have 2 more actions. Call for Backup draws them, and you can play them both again to get back to 3 actions, and you've played at least 8 actions. Of course, throwing a Minerva in there to replace Call for Backup gives you more flexibility. And there are many more ways to keep this chain going. Given the burst potential combined with the stall potential, their extreme recursion can allow you multiple turns of rebuilding and overtaking your opponent. You also have very good options for do-over. Using it on the Kree Sentry is a 4-powered move. Ronin nets you a free action on the move, and even using it non-terminally with Minerva is great for extra card draw. In fact, you can even get a power from the ability of the Supreme Intelligence if you use do-over on it. Not from the Supreme Intelligence currently in play, because that would make sense, despite not being allowed by the rules. No, you gain power from the Supreme Intelligence that left play because that's the actual rule. Per the rules, it also needs to be in play when the event resolves, unless the trigger itself made the card go out of play, which do-over did. Yep, that's what it says. The Kree can do a lot, but they cannot hurt you, which is odd for an alien species that destroys entire planets. Their diverse set of abilities is complemented well by the pirates, who not only provide some destructive capabilities, but benefit from the permanent power boost of the Kree. Obviously, buff first mates are great, but what the Kree can do fairly well is create the instant first mate, not crazy to the extent of other combos, but significantly faster in a way that keeps your first mates out of danger until they are necessary. And because the Kree can build up a singularly powerful minion, this can either complement the first mate or the Kraken minion. This combo, with all of its power boosts, can afford to wait to set up a big full sail play as a special, adding as much temporary power as possible before rearranging the board and smashing multiple bases at once. And if you know that there are no hard counters to character modifiers, you can throw Relentless Attack on a first mate for a permanent Archmage and even play Righteous Fury right away to keep him out of destruction range. The Kree may not be new or flashy, but their cards work well and can augment any number of decks. The fact that I intentionally left out many powerhouses that will surely come up in the comments will support this. The Kree are a reminder that abilities individually don't have to be new if their combination is new, allowing for them to be used when Wizards are weaker and to sit out when Wizards are stronger. What do you think of the Kree? What's been your favorite pairing? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Let's shut it down.